fresh water is, after all, a vital ingredient in the art of making Scotch whisky. Aqua vita, or in Gaelic, Ushkavea, the water of life. Another vital ingredient is barley, which is steeped in water and brought here to the malting house to germinate. The maltman turns the barley, allowing it to breathe and sprout. Can you no smell that? That, my friends, is the sweet smell of malted barley being dried here in the kiln. More specifically, it's the smell of burning peat. Now, peat is a young form of coal and another factor in determining a whisky's unique, final flavour. Oh, is it just me? Or is it getting a wee bit hot in here? Oh, it's yourself. I was just having a wee breather. A bit like the malt here in the malt store, you might say. It's, waiting. It's biding its time, building up its strength a wee bit. Oh well, that's it. Onwards and upwards. Well, downwards anyway. This is where the malt gets brutally awakened, crushed, ground and pulverized into what's known in the trade as grist. It's awfully noisy in here, but it's all part of an ongoing process, all a means to an end. Oh, it gets everywhere, this stuff. Oh, shite, nasty. This is the mash tun, a container where we mix together the purest Scottish water with our grist from the mill. The sugar in the mixture is dissolved, producing a sweet liquid known as wort. The wort is then cooled, ready for the next stage. The residue left in the mash tun can be used to make animal feed. The wort might not look that special, but let me assure you, this will become pure liquid gold. So what, I hear you ask, is the one magical ingredient which helps turn a malty, sugary wort into something with, well, let's say, a wee bit more of a kick to it? Well, the answer is right here. This is yeast. The importance of this microscopic yet explosive living organism simply cannot be underestimated. Amazing! And this is where the magic truly begins. This is the washback, where yeast meets wort and sugar turns to alcohol in a process known as fermentation, a heaving maelstrom of heat and foam. And if the whole thing threatens to get out of hand and overspill, don't switch your blades above, or keep the whole thing in check. And don't be taking too deep a breath in here, by the way. The vapours produced can fair pack a punch. The alcohol content at this point is still too low and needs to be increased. We do this during distillation. Now, pay attention. The liquid is heated in a pot still, and because alcohol boils at a lower temperature, it separates from the water. The vapour rises up the neck and is cooled and condensed back into a liquid by a copper coil immersed in cold water, known as the worm. Here we see the cooling and condensing process in action. The liquid is now known as low wines, but it needs to be distilled again to further increase its alcohol content. And that takes place here, in the spirit still. Each distillery has its own unique shape of copper pot still. Another factor in ensuring that each distillery produces its own unique flavour of Scotch whisky. By now, the liquid is so strong it has to be kept under lock and key by customs and excise. Here in the spirit safe, the still man weaves his magic by judging precisely when to send the first part of the run, or 4 shots, and the last part of the run, or feint, back to be distilled again. Meanwhile, the middle cut, or heart of the run, is sent to the spirit receiver. But it's still not Scotch whisky. Oh no, not for a long while yet. Some not for 12 or even 50 years. During this period of maturation, a whisky's unique final flavour is further enhanced by the wood of the cask that it's stored in. Its clear colour changed to a golden hue. What was once nothing more than barley and water magically matures into Scotch whisky. The sweet smell of evaporating whisky. Up to 2% each year just disappears. The angel's share, they call it. Ah well, I'm away to join the angels myself. Slanjava.
Well, welcome, first of all, to the Scotch Whisky Experience. My name's Lindsay and I will be guiding you for the rest of your tour. Now, hope you've all enjoyed the barrel ride. You've gone through our virtual distillery and learned all about how a single malt is produced in Scotland. On this part of the tour, we're going to be exploring the 5 whisky regions of Scotland. And now, it can be found in over 200 international markets across the world. Now, even if you just enjoy drinking a single malt whisky, you do need to thank the master blenders for bringing consistency to our whiskies today. So I'll show you how a blend will be constructed. So, turn your attention to the bottles here in the centre. Master blender would carefully consider which single malts to add in. So if they want to make a light fruity style, then Speyside and Lowland malts might be used. But if more depth or character was wanted, then Campbelltown and Highland malts would do the job. Now when it comes to Islas, because they're extremely smoky and peaty, you don't want to add too much in, because it can simply overpower a blend pretty easily. So to create the perfect blended whisky, all the aromas from the single malts must be perfectly balanced.
Yeah, that's better. Allow me to formally introduce myself. Douglas McIntyre, Master Blender, deceased. They've done a grand job in telling you the basics of my art, but let me try to paint you a clearer picture. Grain whisky, which makes up the base of the blend, is like the canvas of a painting. You may not pay much attention to the canvas, but if you think about it, it needs to be the right quality to absorb and display the beautiful colours in the artist's palette. In fact, any masterpiece is only as good as its canvas. It's the same with grain whisky. You may think it's only there in the background, but without it, there would be no great blend to enjoy. In the same way that the artist subtly mixes many different colours together to create his masterpiece, the blender blends the flavoursome single malt whiskies expertly with the grain whiskies to create something unique and magical. And there you have it. A masterpiece. But enough from me. I'm keeping you from the most exciting part.
So yes, it is now time to sample. Use the blue circle, bottom right hand side. For our Campbelltown whisky, it's salted caramel, vanilla and spice. Use the green circle, bottom left. For a smoky Isla, you want the red circle on the far left. A blended whisky is the multicolored circle.
to join the angels myself. Slanjava.